What's up, guys? So, I got a surgery date. I am super fucking excited. Um, for everybody who knows, I have been waiting for this for ever. Um, it's been like a year and a half. Between like all my other surgeries and stuff, I felt like I've been extremely fucking blessed. Extremely blessed that, I haven't really had to look far into surgeons. It's either one or two surgeons, and I already have my pick. Bottom surgery is a little bit different. There's a lot of cutting, there's a lot of nerves, there's a lot of everything that could go wrong, but it's a very invasive surgery. So, of course, you want to make sure that you have the best of the best. Um, so I got a surgery date on Monday. Um, like first thing in the afternoon. Never did I think that I would get a date so like quickly. Um, I had my urologist appointment in it was October 6th actually. In Washington D.C. Met the urologist. He was super cool, down to earth. He's done a lot of surgeries with cis males. Um, Quite a few with trans males. He feels 100% confident that he can master the surgery. And not only that, but if there are complications to arise, he knows exactly what he's looking for. Um, Obviously, going into the surgery, there's a lot of things that could go wrong, but there's a lot of things that you want, like, to feel comfortable with your surgeon and your urologist. Um, Between my surgeon and my urologist, I feel 100% confident that together, we're gonna have a very great outcome. Um, both of my surgeons are fairly newer when it comes to transgender phalloplasty, um, which is one, either a bad thing, or two, a good thing. Both because they're going to take more time with them being newer, that they're going to look over everything to make sure that everything is working, there is blood flow, by the time that I wake up, that, they are confident that there's not going to be like a revision right away. Um, One thing that you see with other surgeons is like the more time that they've been in these practices, they feel like they know their stuff. They basically walk through the motions. Um, a day in the OR is a day in the OR. Like, they say, oh, I've done 600 phalloplasties. This is like a walk in the park. Okay, you've done 600 phalloplasties, but how many times have you checked to make sure that like the nerves are fully connected? So I'm absolutely happy that I'm getting surgeons that are a little bit newer, because I know that when it comes to this, they are going to make sure that they double check everything. Um, so had my appointment on Tuesday. I wasn't expecting a surgery date right away. Obviously, Monday rolls around, and first thing at like noon, I get a call. Of course, Monday mornings are my days that I kind of am just running around. Phone is wherever. However, I hear my phone is like dinging off the hook. So, of course, I'm going to go run up and like figure out where my phone is. So, I see that I have a missed call from an area code that is 443. Obviously, with working with Johns Hopkins Hospital and obviously my surgeon who is in Baltimore, they have the same area code. I've worked with these people for the last year or so. Very, very known to this area code. So, before I even like fully listen to the whole message, I only listen to the first half of what the receptionist says, which says that she has a surgery date that is already in place and tells me the surgery date. At this point, I am freaking out. Um, jumping up and down, screaming, like, basically, with every other surgery date that I've had, I've kind of had time to prepare, and I've pretty much been able to pinpoint when it's going to be, obviously, with like pre-op testing and everything. But thankfully, my last two surgeries have been in state, so I really haven't had to travel all too much. So obviously, when I get the call, I'm like freaking out. So now it comes to the point of when I have surgery. So, um, surgery is December 10th, 2020. Um, I am so freaking ecstatic. Like, absolutely ecstatic. A lot of people right now have been asking me, like, are you nervous? Are you worried? Are there things that, you forgot to ask? Um, so right now, currently, it is October 15th. Um, one, I am not nervous at all. Two, I am not scared. Three, I am not worried. Four, I'm pretty sure I've asked every single question, minus the fact of, like, if I can put a spacer in my nose. That's about it. Um, if you ask me, I don't know, let's say November 20th, maybe a little bit after Thanksgiving, and you say, hey, Jaden, are you worried about surgery? Like, I might change my mind. Um, this is something that I have been waiting on for so long that, the fact that I have a surgery day is, like, I can't even, like, wrap my head around it. Um, basically is one of those things, like, the phrase where people are like, I just want to go stand on a mountaintop and just, like, scream. Like, that's what I want to do. I've been very blessed with my transition. I started in 2015. I had my top surgery in 2016. I had my hysterectomy in 2017. It's been a wait because bottom surgery just takes absolutely so long just for wait lists and consultations that it's a little bit longer. So, 5 years transitioning, I am absolutely blessed that I have been able to accomplish everything in such a short period of time. I'm not even 30. I just turned 28 last month. I am more than ecstatic that almost all of my 20s, unfortunately, has been wrapped up around surgeries. But the fact that by the time that I hit 30, I'll be able to actually live my life. Um, I don't really have much more. I'm going to be in Baltimore. Um, we found out that, with COVID messing everything up in life, I have to be in Baltimore 5 days before my surgery because I have to get COVID tested and then obviously like pre-op testing and everything. Um, obviously with phalloplasty, you have to do your bowel prep. So that is like 2 days beforehand. So, I'm really not looking forward to that. I was hoping that I was going to have a little bit more time in Ohio to at least spend time with people beforehand. But, I've been waiting for surgery, and obviously, you know, when I get a surgery date and they call, like, that's it. So, after COVID testing and pre-op testing, I'm just going to be hanging out in Baltimore, kind of like a self-quarantine, just to make sure that everything's good. They scheduled my surgery for 7:30 in the morning, which my surgery falls on a Thursday. So Thursday morning, December 10th, at 7:30 in the morning, I will be like wheeled into the OR, which is awesome. For everybody who knows who I love, like I love food so much. So it's gonna be very hard. They said it's like 36 hours that I cannot eat roughly. They said that I can eat little things, but they want me more on a liquid diet for at least 24 hours. So I'm definitely going to be eating good right before surgery. I'm kind of updating Facebook right now because a lot of my outlet right now is on Facebook, between the trans community and everybody that I'm associated with, is more on Facebook. So I will actually be using Facebook a little bit more than my YouTube. Um, One, because I've noticed that I'm really not on YouTube a lot, and Facebook is out, like, it comes straight to my main screen, so I'm gonna see when people post things and like comment right away. Um, so if you guys don't have my Facebook, I will definitely drop it in the link below. Feel free to add me or message me. That's probably the best bet. I'm definitely going to be keeping everybody updated as surgery and stuff rolls around. Um, like I said, right now, I'm super ecstatic. I think the one thing that's definitely like kept me going through like all of this is between, family and friends. I spend a lot of time at work, like tons of time at work. So between me being at home, like if I'm not at home, I'm always at work. So the people that I work with are basically family. When I started my employment, I didn't even have my top surgery yet. I was about 7 months on T. I'm talking like no facial hair, voice hasn't dropped, just absolutely a different person. Um, Even back then, I was still miserable. I've learned as time goes on through my transition, the first thing that you got to do is you got to love yourself. You got to learn to love everything about yourself. And it took a while for me to accomplish that. It took about 2 solid years for me to physically be able to look at myself in the mirror and like love me. Like, everything that you go through as a trans man between, you know, do I pass, facial hair, oh my god, are they gonna notice that like I wasn't actually born a male? Like everything that goes on a daily basis. And, you know, I've been on T for 5 years. I've been using the men's restroom for, I don't know, 3, 4 years now. And there's still times that I will walk in the men's restroom and there's other dudes that are in there, and my first thought is when I have to walk to the stall, because don't have a dick or nothing, and you have to walk to the stall, and the first thing that you think is they already know that I'm not a guy. I've been on T for 5 years. I have a full beard. I pass very well as a male. But there are times that I will not use the restroom because my fear that me walking in the restroom, people are going to know when I walk to the stall that I am not a male. So, when people are saying that, the surgeries that you have are, your choice. No. It's not your choice. It's self-love. It's what you do to better yourself. You weren't born with all these other people that were in your life beforehand. It was just you. At the end of the day, it's still going to be you. So, I could say I am absolutely blessed. My family is the best. They back me 100%. They are there for me 100%. Anything that I need, they're there. My coworkers that they have known me for the last like 5 years through all my transitions and fluctuating between T and everything that's went on in my life, that's my second family. I'm with them about 50 hours a week. That's a long ass time. That is my family, and I have been more than blessed that I work in a place that is LGBTQ plus friendly. That I don't have to worry about when I wake up if I'm going to get fired or if I'm going to get discriminated on or anything. I'm blessed that I have coworkers that, you know, actually care to learn about my transition or, you know, with this surgery are more than willing to like help out. Um, I'm more than thankful for my boss who understands everything that I'm going through. You know, being trans isn't an easy process. And I feel like in my first video, I kind of like went through the normal motions. Obviously, it's like 4:30 in the morning, and I have nothing else better to do because I like don't have a normal sleep schedule. But for the most part, it's not like we wake up and we're like, okay, I'm normal. It takes a while. You get depressed because you're not growing facial hair. You get depressed because your surgery date gets moved back. You get depressed because your family's still misgendering you. You know, it's little things like that that eventually add up. Um, with this surgery, like right now, my biggest thing right now is the fact that I can't stand to pee. Um, you know, the last 5 years, never did I think about, oh, I want to stand at a urinal. But, you know, ask me about 3 years into my transition and it changes. So, it all goes with like tearing with your emotions. But if it's one thing that I've definitely learned through my transition is nothing comes easy. You're always going to have obstacles. It doesn't matter, like even before COVID. Like before COVID happened, my surgery date with John Hopkins was set in stone. I was good to go. COVID happened and everything gets pushed back. But now I meet these new surgeons that have a different technique and they're willing to basically being in the ICU for a week, they're taking a little bit of a risk. Obviously with me living out of state, I've already asked for people that are a little bit closer to at least come see me. It's not like one of those things where I'm going to Cleveland and people can just drive in 20 minutes. We're talking about a 7-hour drive. So, of course, I'm going to ask if the people that want to come see me can see me. So they're already kind of taking a risk right now with them, like, being able to come into the ICU. I feel absolutely confident. I am absolutely more than ecstatic. Obviously, as like the videos and stuff come rolling through, like you're gonna see emotions change. My last two surgeries, I feel like my emotions were a little bit up and down. With my top surgery, I was so freaking excited, absolutely excited. I watch every single video of my surgeries that I'm gonna have beforehand. um it took me 2 times to get through my top surgery video. Needless to say, when I was going to top surgery, um, you start to get that fear. You're getting put down under, and oh my god, this could go wrong. Um, Obviously, nothing did. They wouldn't be surgeons if they didn't know what they were doing. It's all about who you feel comfortable with. I felt comfortable with my top surgeon. But you always have that. The day of surgery, you're like, oh my god. So obviously with phalloplasty, it's a little bit harder. So I'm just basically going to be going based off of everybody else's results and, how they feel. Um, Obviously, my body is going to respond differently from everybody else that I follow. This isn't going to be a journey that's easy. I always tell people, if I could get my whole entire chest cut open and reconstructed, if I can get my insides ripped out and sewed closed, I can do this surgery. I can tell you absolutely right now that I can do the surgery, but it's going to be hard. It's not going to be like my other two surgeries where I'm uncomfortable for about a week or two, and then I can slowly start, pushing myself to get back to where I need to be so I can come back to work and, feel normal. This is a very extensive surgery. We're not talking about one section of the body that we're cutting. We're talking about 3 sections of the body we're cutting. So, yeah, I'm a little worried, obviously, when I come home and everything, the one thing that I don't like to do is be down for a long time. So I feel like that's where I'm gonna start to get a little aggravated and depressed. But obviously, I'm blessed that I have my family that is literally right down the road. I have my coworkers that will be with me, or right up the road, that if I have issues, I don't have to worry about having to deal with it myself. um, One thing that I've learned from my other surgeries, especially like with it being in the summertime, I become super depressed because everybody else is out having fun, and I'm stuck in a bed and on pain meds, and I'm in pain, and I'm pissed because everybody's having fun and I'm not having fun. That's one thing about being trans. When you don't get to pick your surgery dates. The surgery dates come based off of the surgeons. I can tell my surgeon, like, I want to have surgery in February, but maybe February isn't a good month. Maybe it's already blocked out. Um, that's one thing that I've learned. My last two surgeries have been in the summertime, and it's absolutely sucked. The last two times that I've had surgery in the summer, I've been absolutely fucking depressed. Everybody else is having fun. I have drains sticking out of my arms. I can't move. I have to have people get food for me. I can't cut shit. I can't walk. Can't sleep this way. Hey, I need a call for help because I have to move this pillow, but it fucking hurts. It's those little things. So obviously, with this surgery, like I said before, it's better to be over prepared than under prepared. So of course I'm gonna over prepare. I've learned from my other two surgeries that uncomfortable is one of those things that you cannot be. You need to be the most comfortable. With this surgery, it's going to be more of recovery and less of trying to fast track. I feel like that's what I try to do. I try to get up and just like push myself the extra mile, and I feel like at the end of the day, it kind of kicks me in the ass and puts me down the next day. I'm so happy that I'm having a surgery in the winter. I hate the winter. I hate being cold. So I know that, like, besides the fact that everybody's gonna be out maybe shopping or doing stuff, this might be one of those surgeries that I needed to kind of put me down, be able to rest and get the things that I need done instead of trying to push myself. Um, like I said before, I'm going to drop my Facebook link down below. You guys can message me, add me on Facebook. I will even shoot my number for all the trans men that are either preteen or going through surgery or having issues, or even just like want to talk. I'm free. I'm 2 surgeries, 5 years. I know what it feels like to be going through surgeries and you don't have anybody to like ask questions to, or have like an outlet to like follow. Um, so if you guys have questions, like, please feel free to ask. Like, this is definitely what I'm here for. Um, at this point of my transition, like, that's what I need to do, is to help other people be able to feel comfortable with the things that they are doing. Another thing, like the last thing before I maybe go to bed, is your therapist. You talk to your therapist maybe on a monthly basis. With surgery, it's a little bit different. You kind of want to sleep and you want to do different things, so you neglect the fact to talk to your therapist. Talk to your therapist. That is one thing that I have learned. If there's anything on your mind, or there's just something that you have to get off your chest, just because like your family's like, oh no, it's okay, and your friends are like, oh no, it's okay, like, talk to your therapist. They are a very neutral person. They are there for a reason. I love my therapist. She is the best. Um, when I'm like literally on edge and just going 100 miles, like she's the one that's like, wait, stop, like slow down. So, it's not like one of these, like, we don't have surgeries that we're down for like a week or two and we just go back to work and start our lives all over. We have surgeries where we're down for 2 to 3 months, and shit starts to get hard and you start to think about a lot. What else do you have to do when you're laying in bed watching TV? You can't really do much. What are you gonna go for a jog after you just had surgery? So I'm gonna drop my Snap, I'm gonna drop my Facebook. If anybody has friends that are preteen or thinking about transitioning or even questions about surgery, tell them to add me or ask questions or anything. I got nothing but time. I got about 54 days till surgery. I got nothing else better to do. I am bored as shit. All I'm doing is working and making videos. That's about it. If you like this video, smash the subscribe button, add me on Facebook, hit the like, tell your friends. If you got questions, drop them in the comments, message me on Facebook. If you guys want my number, if that's a little bit easier, shoot me a message. I will definitely give you guys my number. And it's almost the end of the week for a lot of people, so stay saucy.